Hextall tries to snake it free, does not. The Islanders look to center. Boom! Big check by Hospodar. Throw into the zone, and again, Derek Smith can't find the handle, and the Islanders come back. Bassett's pass is buried in on a rebound to the near side, and then Samuelson is bumped, and taking a fight is Lindsey Carson. We got our first brawl.
Flyers are going to get the worst of this, Gene. Carson was on the bench and took a punch at Curran. When Samuelson took out Bob Bassett at the bench, Curran came over to throw a punch at Samuelson. That's when Carson threw a punch at Curran. And now they got Carson from the bench on top of him, and I think Knockbauer as well.
Samuelson's trying to take the hat off Dwayne Sutter.
The Flyers are going to end up the worst for this one, Gene. They're the ones that...
I don't think there's any doubt about it.
Yeah.
That could be at least a misconduct or a game misconduct for Carson joining in from the bench.
Also, Knockbauer went over the bench as well, out onto the ice.
Yeah, you have to be careful. Third man in.
If you count Potvin on the ice or not, he's got one leg on the bench and one leg on the ice.
We haven't had that one called. First off the bench to get involved in the altercation. And now Dave Newell is telling Baston and whoever's got him in an arm lock, come on, that's
Derek
enough,
Smith
guys.
has him.
That's enough, guys. Come on, all right, settle it down. Now I'm sure they're going to have to go in the huddle to determine who did what to whom. With that penalty, Curran now sets an all-time record for penalty minutes in a season for an Islander, breaking the previous mark held by Gary Howard. And now Carson is off the bench, and they're off. We got another one. And if Curran now has been told by John D'Amico, close the door and stay in there. Now off, we got everybody coming off the bench. There goes Tocchet even up. And now there goes Mellanby. And now the Islanders, here we go. We got a war. Hextall drops his stick. Out comes Rudy, and he's gone right for Hextall.
Well, you can just see this coming now. It's totally out of control.
Curran and Tocchet have squared off now.
And Resch and Smith have as well. Well, everybody's paired off now. Not really much happening.
I haven't seen one of these here at this building for a couple of years.
Tell me the people don't like it.
Well, I don't think too many are going for a hot dog.
Well, out comes the blank piece of paper, a line down the middle, Islander name on one side, Flyer on the other for the anticipated penalties.
It started when, Carson was motioned to the penalty box, and when he was going to the penalty box, that's when Dwayne Sutter went over at Carson.
Curran was actually in the penalty box, and when the altercation started, the bench is cleared.
He might be gone for coming out.
He came back out of the penalty bench.
The double minor and a game misconduct for leaving the penalty box to join in an altercation.
There's going to be a few of them gone, I think.
I think we've got some time to fill here. I really do. By the time we get these penalties called and sorted out, and all the gloves and sticks picked up, it could be quite some time.
Dwayne Sutter went after Carson when Carson was going to the penalty box. Now Sutter's talking with Samuelson. Talking at Samuelson.
It's amazing the disdain, Eddie, shown by the crowd here. The lack of interest in all of this. The obvious abhorrence they have of all of this violence. Quote, quote, unquote. Terry Simpson up on the bench for the Islanders directly below us. Now they all gathered into the Flyer penalty box on the far side.
Well, Sutter's did a lot of yapping at Samuelson. All of a sudden, Tocchet's there and he's quiet.
Brent Sutter is in an arm lock with Philadelphia's Brad McCrimmon. Now they...
Interesting with the matchups. You got Eklund and Janssen together, too.
You think those two sought each other out?
Knockbauer's in the penalty box.
Well, they could probably, they're only two that they could swear at each other in Swedish and understand what they're saying. It all started with Carson taking a punch at Curran from the bench.
Well, Gilbert's gone to the box, and Curran was already in there. Carson and Nockbauer from Philadelphia. And Nockbauer is being pointed at by Dave Newell, and Nockbauer said, "What did I do?"
No, he's talking to one of the Islanders.
Now, Tocchet went to the bench and just tore his jersey off and threw it down in disgust. And Nockbauer is jawing at the officials, and past Eddie.
You know what he's mad at is that they're able to get that jersey up over his head. Usually you have a lace or a strap that ties that
right
jersey
down from your suspenders.
Right, so you can't get that puck or the jersey up over your head, and I think that's what he's really upset about. It all stems back to a check Samuelsson took on Bob Basson right at the Flyers penalty bench. Samuelsson draped him right up over the bench. Curran came in and was going to take a shot at Samuelsson. Then it was Carson who punched Curran from the bench. That's what started it all. And then Curran went to throw a punch at Carson and missed. That's what started everything. Then Melleby grabbed a hold of Curran, and then everything broke loose.
That's when you want to grab the helmet and twist it.
It hasn't happened often, but again, I go back to that plea I made several years ago that if the referee would carry a dictograph in his pocket, and when something like this came abreast, just take it out and start reading into the tape what he saw, instead of trying to remember it like remembering the effects or the details of an accident and rehashing it afterwards.
Gene, that wouldn't work because somebody'd have to remind him to put in new batteries.
They drop back to Crom, top of the right circle, drive. That goes by Hextall as Dwayne Sutter went in on the net.
The Flyers were jamming the net for the first time really effectively. Marsh taking two men out, almost Rudy as well, and then Melleby going for the loose puck was pulled down by Gordon Dineen.
No, it will not be a one-goal loss at home for Philadelphia, and the Flyers finally are touched for an empty net goal. Final score, the New York Islanders 3 and the Philadelphia Flyers 1.